What's up, everyone? My name's Logan, and I'm the middle school pastor here at Hope City. And I'm really excited as we continue to navigate what church looks like for us over the next 2 weeks, especially during this COVID-19 outbreak. With a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty, but what we do know is God's got something in store for us, especially as a student ministry. And so as we move into trying to figure out what God has for us, we're going to continue to encourage you guys to rise up. And the best way we think we can do that right now is to do this through an online service gathering. But you guys know you can get in touch with your small group leaders. You can get in touch with Connor and myself as our family ministry team continues to navigate exactly what we think is going to be our best option to foster your growth and your relationship as we continue to rise up. I'm really excited about what we have for you today as we have a panel of students who are here to really talk about how do we continue to rise up when our world's in crisis, and how do we rise up when it seems like everything else is shutting down. So stay tuned as we get things going. So I'm joined here today with a panel of experts, some of our Hope City students, and they're here today really just to shed some light on where students are right now in the midst of everything that's going on. And through the last school year, we've really been talking about this idea of rise up and what that means for our students. And so it's a difficult thing to do in general when we're in our normal day-to-day, and then you throw in the kink of everything we've been going through, and it really gets really difficult to do. And so Chelsea, I'm going to come to you first. What's going to be the hardest part about rising up when the world's in chaos?
Well, I think like in high school, you have a lot of opportunities and to kind of show yourself as rising up. And I think what I do is I like ask myself, what would the best version of myself do?
Okay.
Like what kind of actions would she do? Like what would she come out and do at the end to rise up?
Yeah.
And then I try to take that and lead from it.
That's good, because even in the midst of chaos, that's something we can do. We know that like we open the Bible because there's a better way of doing life, and we know when we're doing that, we're our best versions of ourselves, right? And so we consistently do that even in the midst of chaos. Like there's that uncertainty that we know we can be certain in that. And so I think that's really, really awesome. BJ, what about you? As an 8th grader, what does that look like?
In middle school, what it looks like to rise up is kind of like knowing what you're being known what you're for and not what you're against.
Okay.
And kind of just like knowing your values.
Yeah.
And holding it like with a strong passion and not letting things like break that up.
That's good. And it gets kind of difficult, obviously, just a day-to-day, but when we get into that, that's really difficult. But I think, like you said, I love that language of I'm going to be known what I'm for and not what I'm against right now. And even in the midst of everything that's going on, I think we hold tight to the truths that we know, like what define us and where our identity really is. I think that's a big deal, man, so I like that. But it gets difficult when, especially, we're talking about potentially not being around our friends for months at a time. We're not going to be around our normal people for a long time. And so, Macy, what's going to be the hardest part about rising up when it seems like the world's kind of shutting down?
Probably just being around people, like not being able to like gather together Sunday night and stuff. But we have to remember like we're all in the same boat and everybody else is stuck at home and you're not alone.
Yeah, I like that language. We're all in the same boat. That's pretty good. Did you come up with that yourself? Yeah, that's awesome. No, that's good. But it is, and as we're going through this, that's something that's awesome to remember, that we are all in the same boat. We're all going through this. Everybody's kind of stuck at home. Everybody's taking fat naps, as you told me earlier. That's what we're doing. But I think it's awesome to remember that it's not just you that's being punished in any way. It's, man, we're all going through this together. We're all in the same boat. And I think that's awesome right now to really hold on to that. Tommy, what about you?
I feel like it's important to take this time being alone to kind of grow your relationship with God, as I feel like that's what He's doing with us. Like being away from people, it can kind of get lonely, but once you do this, I feel like that loneliness will kind of fade because you'll be able to have a stronger relationship after this and just trust that He has a plan even through all this.
Man, that's good. Because that's going to be tough, but I think when we continue to lean in on what God has for us right now, it helps us understand that I might be alone, but I'm not lonely, right? Like I'm not in this by myself, and like what Macy said, and you guys are awesome. I think that's great. We continue to look at the Bible in moments like this, because even in these moments, we know it offers a better way of doing life. And for me, it's the story in Mark 2 where we see Jesus heal a paralyzed man. But the very first part of that, and that's this awesome moment that we could break down for a long period of time. But really, it's just this idea of 4 friends that knew, and it starts in verse 3, 4 men arrived carrying a paralyzed man on a mat. And they couldn't bring him to Jesus because of the crowd, so they dug a hole through the roof above his head, and they lowered the man on his mat right down in front of Jesus. And to me, that was this moment where 4 friends decided to rise up. They were going to do whatever it took, right? They're going to do whatever it took to rise up where they were right then, because they knew if their friend could experience Jesus, then he would experience life change. And that was something that for me really stood out as we're talking about, hey, we need to rise up in the midst of uncertainty and unknowing, and we're not exactly sure what's going to happen next. But like, what are we really willing to do right now to make sure that our friends are experiencing Jesus? What are we doing? And so it's something that we're going to continue to wrestle with over the next few weeks and maybe months. We don't know. But man, proud of you guys for being willing to rise up where you are, and be encouraging for you guys. And make sure we stay in groups of less than 10, right? So, man, we appreciate you guys. Stay tuned. We've got some more stuff coming from you or for you.